There are many facts of life in this world. Water is wet. Nick Cannon will probably be the grandfather of multiple children in the impending future. And male-female best friends in any TV series will almost always have someone stuck in the friend zone. After rewatching the whole Kim Possible series for the fifth or so time, and scrolling through some rather interesting takes on the relationship between Kim and Ron on Twitter, a thought occurred to me. Was Ron Stoppable truly in the friend zone? I ask this because if this question is presented to someone who enjoyed the show casually, the answer might possibly be yes. However, when you really sit down and look into it, that boy Ron knew what he was doing, for the most part at least, and was in fact not at all in the friend zone. He was waiting for her to like him so that he could like her back. And I base that off of these three reasons. The first being Ron not being jealous of Kim's love interest early on. In the very first episode of the first season titled Crush, Kim has a crush on a nigga named Josh Mankey. You know, the prototypical teen crush that you have to give the main lead in any TV series dedicated to less mature audiences. And since this is technically a teenage drama, you would expect Ron to exhibit some kind of jealousy towards the guy preoccupying Kim's attention or affection, right?
Wrong.
Ron wasn't jealous of that nigga at all. But he did hate that nigga. And that's only because he was popular in every which way that he wasn't. It's like hating on rich people for being rich. You hate what you don't have. You hate what you don't possess. Like any real hater would. And I see absolutely nothing wrong with that. You need a little hate in this world. It keeps people strong.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It's
Gets
gross.
the people going.
It wasn't until later, when he caught feelings, did he start exhibiting jealousy. And for good reason, might I add. Because that fake ass Zac Efron ass nigga was up to no good. Which brings me to my next point. Ron showed more interest in other girls than in Kim. Throughout the earlier seasons, Ron was way more interested in, or in his case, getting curved by other girls than in Kim. Like, think about it. When he wasn't getting curved, this man legit had an assortment or a fave 5 of baddies on rotation. If he felt like relaxing and playing video games, he had old girl Zeta Flores online. If he woke up feeling a little cute the morning after getting a fresh new fade, you feel me? Then he got that senior Amelia on the line. If he needed to reinvigorate some school spirit within himself, he has Tara Johansson on it, old girl Tara, to help him out with that. And if he ever got sick of the crime-infested city or country he lives in and decides that he wants to become a passport bro, he got Yori in Japan. This man Ron is kind of a mastermind when you really think about it. Because he not only locked lips with his best friend's arch nemesis, but he ended up getting the final boss herself by deceiving her into catching feelings. Which ties into my final and most important point. He needed confirmation. I think Ron truly developed feelings for Kim in the aftermath of the emotion sickness episode. An episode where Kim and Shigo's emotions were accentuated by microchips, making certain emotions that they already had to have 100 times stronger than they needed to be. And once Kim put that tongue on him, he finally understood the real reason why so many niggas were ringing her line. And I bet you money, as soon as he got home, this man laid down on his bed, stared straight up at his ceiling, and said, "Now I want more." But there was a huge problem he was facing, and this man Ron knew it. And we see it too, when he's going through the pros and cons of dating Kim during the episode. One wrong move could spell doom for their relationship. And when I say doom, I mean it would never be the same again. The worst possible thing to do is to develop feelings for a best friend that could possibly not feel the same way about you. And as slow of a learner this nigga Ron is, he can be very perceptive when he wants to be. So he realized that he was in a tough situation. And the best thing he could do was to play the waiting game until his opportunity arose. And when that opportunity came in the form of a sexy, flexy ass nigga named Eric, that's when he knew it was his time to cook. And as you may know, the rest is history. But you want to know what's not history? That ravioli. And I just gave you that formioli. Peace.